Hello, everyone. Welcome to Beauty Bound. Every time I say welcome to Beauty Bound, I want to say en español because I just had the Spanish episode this morning. So if you do listen to both of them, just a little heads up. This morning I had no hair color. No, I have a pretty awesome hair color. But welcome to Beauty Bound with your host Cristal Rubio, the owner of Beauty Pro Bookkeeping and Artsy Cristal. And today I have a special guest. I have a guest host, Thrisha. Would you like to introduce yourself?
My name is Thrisha. I am the owner and operator of Bohemian Bombshell Salon, located here in San Antonio, Texas.
Yes. So today Jackie's not here today, obviously. But you know, I do have a guest host with me, and you know, it was so last minute, but she was doing my hair. I was in need, and here she is.
Here we are.
Here we are now. You know,
and I just want to tell you, your hair came out fucking badass.
I love it, man. So I always tell her, do whatever the fuck you want. I really do.
And I never know what I'm going to do.
Yeah. I just kind of give her, and I actually, at this time, I just said, I don't even know. Even
you
when
gave me
I got
a color
there.
palette. You just like greens and blues. And,
yeah.
But like lighter. So.
And only because I was over my purple. I was over the...
I think once we added the blues and greens last time, that's really when you wanted to see more of it.
Yeah,
so we went like kind of balls to the wall with it this time.
Yeah, so I've only had this like the neon green one time, and it was when my hair was a lot shorter, and I had so I think I did like a green root to a pink, to a neon pink.
Nice.
And it was I think it was by accident, to be honest. I ran out of color.
I'm trying to decide if I want to do neon green or neon pink in my bangs next time.
I think
because I'm kind of over.
Why don't you do half and half? Remember we had seen a picture?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like so it was like the half neon and then the half pink.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
We already did our photo shoot, so I feel like I don't have to look not boring, but normal-ish.
Yeah.
So.
You don't ever need to look normal. I mean, normal according to who?
I wanted the shoot to reflect me like kind of timeless, not like like constantly like forever changing my hair color. Okay. Like I've kind of stuck with this for a while.
Yeah.
And the length is like new to me, but now I'm like, okay, I want to play with some colors.
Okay.
Because I haven't done color in like a year.
And you guys look super cute for that photo shoot.
It was so much fun.
Yeah.
And aside from her studio being warmer towards the end of the shoot, her place is so cute. So cute.
Because you guys were in New Braunfels, right?
We were in New Braunfels, downtown New Braunfels. Is a historic building. Yeah. It's haunted.
Oh, shit.
It was so cute, though. Like, the building, like, you walked up, like, this set of stairs.
Sorry. I'm sorry. It's been fucking twitching all fucking day.
Oh, I don't see it.
No, I just felt it and I go, like, yeah. All right, sorry.
So, like, you walk up these set of stairs, and then it takes you, like, to this landing, and it has, like, the old school, like, black and white tile. Yeah. And then, all around the landing are just, like, those old school, like, pane glass doors. So each one was like a different like type of studios, massage studios and lawyers and
that's cool.
All kinds of stuff. It was really cool.
Haunted?
That's what she said, that it's going to be haunted, and it's like they're above what did she say the name? The Phoenix Saloon.
Oh yeah.
Which is like from the 1900s.
Oh shit.
So they had like pictures on the wall of like the saloon and like
imagine being
people
there
in like
fucking
full garb.
Yeah, fuck
crazy.
That.
No, I would be out. I'd be like, peace out.
Yeah,
and
I'm done.
We were the first ones there, so it was like super dark. Like, none of the lights were really on yet, and I'm just like, that's a little creepy.
Yeah, fuck that. I would have been like, I'll see you guys later. But every time, one thing I do want to say, like, every time you hear us, you know, Jackie and I talk about our hair, and it's, you know, it's Thrisha always doing our hair. Anytime you hear me talk shit to Jackie about her hair, it's not because of what Thrisha did. It's mostly because she wants to fucking change it.
Yeah.
And that's and I always say, like, as a hairstylist, I would fucking hate having to do all this and I just told her on our last episode, I said, if I was your fucking hairstylist, I would fucking hate. I wouldn't even do your hair back to your normal color.
But that's I like a challenge. But at the same time, I can't go from. There's nothing I can do if we can't go from dark to light, and then light back to dark.
Yeah,
like no.
Yeah, that's it.
There's comes a point where I have to tell clients like, absolutely not. Your hair is going to break off.
Yeah.
No matter what I do to try and protect it, or no matter how good I am. and I know like my skill,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. Your hair is going to break
Yeah,
off. It can
doesn't
only
yeah.
take so much.
I think for me, I remember when I used to have clients like, you know, get them to like a platinum blonde, and we would fucking work so hard to get them there. And then finally they were that color for maybe a month or two. And then they're like, oh, back to dark.
I miss my dark hair. I'm like, you get one level drop of a toner and maybe some lowlights.
Yeah,
no.
like, no, fuck off. And then I don't want to hear you next summer say, I want light color again. Like, fuck no. I used to do that to my hair like every year before I was a hairstylist.
I don't even want to talk about it because that's why your hair was fried, dyed, and pushed to the side when you started seeing me.
So, no, but before I was a hairstylist, before beauty school, my hair used to go from black. I would do a level 1 black in the winter.
Oh my God.
And then in January, I would start to lighten my hair.
And then
little
by
by
summertime,
little.
you were...
I was platinum blonde. It never failed. Or I would have all black with like my bangs were either pink or the underneath was red. Or I always had something in there.
Before I decided to go to beauty school, that year when I quit my corporate job to go to beauty school, that's when I started playing with color. And it was like just the tips, just my bangs. And I started doing like fun fashion colors. Did that through school. And then it wasn't until like 3 or 4 years out of school, that's when I went blonde. And I was blonde for a long time. I was every variation. I was balayage. I was highlighted back to back. And I'm dark naturally.
Yeah. But
then,
you lift pretty good.
Yeah. I do. That's one thing because my hair's finer, I guess. Yeah. It's always lifted really well. So people are always surprised. I'm like, no, you don't have to do too much to it. It'll just go.
Yeah.
And then I want to say like 3 years ago after I had Jade, I was just like,
just done.
Chopped it all off and went natural and just started just growing it out.
Hey, what did we call your hair previous to this cut?
Oh, my peso.
She had the peso pluma cut.
It was so bad. I have a shag. Okay, it's a shag. But the stylist who cut my hair went a little too shagalicious with it. Yeah. And I was very peso.
Yeah, peso pluma.
And that's why I have extensions. So if you need extensions, we also do these.
Yes.
We do tape-ins. We do invisible bead. We do hidden bead.
Oh, and I have no tape-ins this time, guys.
You don't need it.
I know.
You finally hit the point where like everything's kind of grown in.
Yeah.
From when you had your chemical cut.
Yeah.
And your hair is super thick. And
no, it's a lot. I love it.
The color came out fucking amazing. Like I'm so
yeah.
Okay, yes, I'm a vivid specialist now too.
There you go. She said it here, guys. She always says, because I always tell her, bitch, you don't ever fucking take a picture of our hair. Like, why?
I intended to today, but we ran over.
Yeah, I know.
And so it put me late for my other client, and then adding this on too, I was like, we're never gonna get out of here.
I know, but she, I always tell her like, you never take a picture. Everybody always compliments my hair. Even up until yesterday, people were still complimenting my hair. Yeah. And it was already fucking faded out.
It's still looking though.
And I never say like, oh, it's fading. I used to. Now I'm like, oh, thank you. But before, I always used to say, oh, no, it already looks bad. It's faded out. And not because it didn't look good, but I knew that it was faded out. Mm-hmm. And now I've learned to just take the fucking compliment because it looks good.
I think when we did your big bleach out that one time, it evened out your porosity and that made for your fade out to be a lot smoother.
Yes.
And even though we did a lot of different colors last time, it still looked good.
Yeah.
Even this time,
because it lifted really good too.
Mm-hmm. You were only processing with the lightener for like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And then that's when I put the color.
And that was a good length of root. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I'm not the type who wants to get my roots touched up every 6 weeks.
No, you need
that.
more root.
I just don't.
It just gives us a little, just in case of error, if it leach, with the heat of your head and it spreads a little bit more, we don't have to worry about it overlapping.
Yeah.
But even when I went in and I did the DDL through your ends so that way we could do the lighter color at the bottom, that was only on for another 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And that was pretty much lime.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool.
She's so now she's a Vivid specialist, guys.
Yeah, I do Vivids now, guys. I enjoy them. It's just that last year my schedule didn't allow for it.
Yeah.
So, and I knew, I know how long it takes.
Yeah.
So I don't like to be rushed through my services, even though I'm fairly quick. I'm like, the product still needs to process.
No, yeah, because it doesn't even, and I have a shitload of hair, and it doesn't take you long to apply
5 hours?
Yeah.
5.5 hours with the haircut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we drove to 5:30. Well, we were done at about 5:30.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. So I mean, I like it. But today, right now that she mentioned hours, what we want to talk about is boundaries. Setting those boundaries. My eye won't fucking stop twitching. My eye has been it started twitching this morning, but it didn't. I think when I came in for the Spanish podcast, it was just like very little, and throughout the day, I think my face is fucking hot because my fucking levels of frustration and anger have been like.
You've been up and down all day today,
Dude,
I feel like.
Yeah. Why do you, I had fucking Rubik's Cubes while I was getting and I had my laptop because I intended to work while I was getting processed.
Yeah.
But I couldn't.
And then you busted out the Rubik's Cube.
Yeah, I was like, fuck this shit. Like, I'm not, my brain wasn't there. My fucking anxiety, just everything was just so fucking.
You should have got some oils.
I should have, and I didn't think, but I was quiet, and that's why I was quiet too, because I felt it building up, and I know I knew that if I talked or even talked about how I was feeling, I was gonna start crying, and I didn't want to start crying. So
you've cried enough in my salon
already.
already.
That's why I didn't want to fucking cry.
And I'm just like, can you please stop crying?
Fuck,
I want you to get your emotions out, but I'm not a crier.
Oh, I know you're not.
So I'm just like,
and obviously,
there.
I know she's like. So that's I was just like this, and I was quiet. This is the first time I'm actually quiet throughout my whole appointment, and it was because I was feeling just stressed out, I think, and just so many things going on. So yeah, but boundaries. Let's talk about them.
Yeah, let's talk about boundaries. Setting your boundaries from the very beginning. Your policies, your cancellation policies, your scheduling.
Sure. Yeah.
I've talked about this before on the podcast. My phone goes on Do Not Disturb at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Until 8 a.m. I don't care if you're my kid's doctor, the kid's school. It doesn't matter.
It does matter if it's me.
You cannot speak to me until 8 a.m.
I'm special then because she answers sometimes.
Sometimes. If I'm awake, yes.
I know.
If I'm awake, yes. And I'm like binge scrolling TikTok, I'm like, well, let me text her back. Let me call her real quick.
But and I don't expect you to because I know that you're going to be asleep.
So I set that boundary with my clients as well. You are welcome to call me or text me. Understand that I do have a family. Mm-hmm. So at 8 o'clock, my phone does go off. And tomorrow morning when I'm back in the salon at 9 a.m., I will be happy to return your text, give you any information you need. But they can text or call. I'm not going to respond.
Yeah.
And they know now, this year I went into not working weekends anymore.
Yeah.
So the salon is open from 9 to 2 on Saturday. Somebody's always there. Mm-hmm. And if we happen to not have anybody in the salon that day, then we post on our Instagram, no one's available. So if you need to buy products, you have to wait till Tuesday.
Yeah.
And I haven't had any issues with it. I've had some clients get kind of pushed back and be like, oh, how come you don't work Saturdays anymore? I'm like, well, I have a family.
Yeah.
I have 3 daughters, I have a husband. I have, I have 3 little daughters.
Yes.
Plus my older daughter and then my grandkids.
Yeah.
So now my weekends are reserved for them.
Yeah.
And then, with that change, I also stopped taking standalone appointments in the evening. So if you want to have a color and cut with me, it has to be a color and a cut, not just a cut alone. Because I'm in the salon today was 9:30 to 6:30.
Oh shit!
Almost 7.
Yeah, 7.
I was almost 7. I think when I texted you, but that's typically my Tuesday.
Yeah.
And my clients can text me up until whenever, but then
that's it.
Setting the boundaries. The schedule is available online. I've spent a lot of money building my website, invested in my booking system. If you don't see a day and time that works for you, you're welcome to go on my wait list with your preferred time. Mm-hmm. That doesn't mean that I have that available.
Yeah.
If I can make it work, I will. But if I don't have the time in my schedule, well, that's it.
Yeah. And I think what happens a lot too, it's especially when you're either fresh out of school or even when you're just starting out, and even and this is how it gets started, because you're wanting to build that clientele, so then you're trying to allow everybody to just fucking text you, to message you, to call you, whatever it is. And so you're allowing for them to
have that
access to you. So then when it comes time for you to be where you're already established and booked, they're going to think that it's okay.
And they're like, oh, why aren't you available on Saturday at 6 p.m.?
Yeah.
Well, I want to be home with my kids. I've been here all week.
Yeah, because that used to happen to me a lot.
I think, too, like when you're in school, one of the things that was drilled into me, and I was an assistant at a very high-end salon for a long time, it's you take anything that you can get whenever you can get it. If that meant you being in the salon for 12 hours, 6 days a week for you to build, that was the only way you were supposed to build your clientele. I'm sorry, no.
Yeah.
I can make just as much money by setting my schedule, just like you have a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
I do
This
as
is-
well.
yeah.
This is my 9 to 5 as well.
Yeah.
And I think there was like a big thing on TikTok a couple weeks ago, it's still kind of like floating around, where this girl was like bitching about having to take PTO because stylists don't work nights and weekends anymore. And it's just like, well, good stylists who are established have earned that notoriety and that right to be like, hey, I work Monday through Friday, 9 to 5.
Yeah.
If I don't come to work on Monday, I don't get paid.
Yeah.
But if you decide you want to get your hair done on a Monday, you can still take your PTO. It means you're still getting paid for your day. And it was like a big thing. A lot of like hairstylists were chiming in, and it was like mostly like just talking about how like she was just like super bratty, thinking like you're entitled to hairstylist
I hate
time.
that, man. I hate that entitlement shit.
Yeah, and it's just like they think that I still say like, yes, we're service providers, but you're paying me for my art.
Yes.
You're paying me for a skill that only I can provide.
Yeah.
And that's why you've sought me out.
Because imagine like if
Because
somebody
there's hairstylists a dime a dozen.
Yeah, and imagine like if somebody came into your work and told like not service or not hair salon, right? But at their job, somebody came in and told them, "Well, I need you to be open because I work. So I don't get out of work until 5. So I need you to stay until about 7 because however long it's going to take me for traffic and then to get here so that I could do whatever, or the bank or whatever the fuck it is, you know?" How would you feel about it?
Yeah, even the bank closes at 12 on a Saturday. You want me here until 6?
Yeah.
Girl, bye.
Yeah. It's true. Like you make time. You make time for what you want.
It's what's important to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a big thing. That's why I laugh, because I think that's a big thing. You will always make time in this world for what's important to you and for what matters to you. And one of the things, I think we all have to be respectful of each other.
Yep.
And
Each other's
sometimes,
time.
and sometimes like it sucks, you know, because you expect people to be for shit to go back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think one thing that I've learned in this industry and over the years is that I had to stop expecting me from other people.
Yeah.
You know, I know that I'm the person, like, if you call me and you need something, like, hey, I'm going to be there for you. Now it's within my means.
Yeah.
If I have to go above and beyond, I'm like, man, this is really going to stress me out. Hey, I can do this,
Yeah.
but I can't do that.
Yeah.
Because, you know, and that's the thing too. I think that it's like when you build a clientele, you don't want someone who doesn't respect your time.
Yeah.
Who doesn't respect your art, who questions your pricing, because, you know, they just think, well, like, wow, well, a tube of hair color is like, what, $8? Actually, no, it's $15 for one tube. And when I go mix your color up, it's probably like 3 or 4 different tubes.
Yes.
That's just my product.
Yes.
Now, but now you have to explain to them too, like, you're not just paying me for the product and the application. This is like my art. This is my time.
Your
and
education.
I deserve to be compensated for
Yeah.
that. Because like I say, stylists are a dime a dozen. There's one on every freaking street corner and around the corner and everywhere else. But how do you feel when you leave that particular salon? Do you feel like your money's been well spent? Did you enjoy your time? Did you have a good conversation with the service provider? If I feel like if all of those things aren't met, or you're not meeting your clients there, then they don't see the value in you, and then they question it.
Yeah.
So you have to like set that expectation.
Exactly. And then also like it all goes back down also to the type of client you have. Are you trying to pull in the client who is always wanting discounts, who is always wanting, you know, that's not who you're trying to get.
You know what's funny is that I don't run discounts. I've never done specials. I've actually, over the years, I started off, when I first moved to San Antonio 6 years ago and I started doing hair here, I was priced very low.
Yeah.
And as time went on, every 6 months, I increased my prices. And then when the pandemic hit and then we came back from all of that crap,
Yeah.
it's like our cost of goods more than tripled. And
Yeah.
it's just like, okay, now our prices really had to go up because now we have to cover our rent and our utilities and
Yeah.
on our product and stuff
Yeah.
and still take home a check. I mean, there was a lot of clients that I think, well, no, actually, when I went on my maternity leave with Jade, which was 2021,
Yeah.
that was like at the height of the pandemic. It was the height of like services and cost of goods going up. I think I only lost like 2 clients when I came back from maternity leave.
And you know what? I think the pandemic did something amazing for hairstylists or for service providers, because I think that prior to pandemic, everybody was just like, whatever, service providers, whatever. And then
Yeah, it was when Mary couldn't get her roots done after a month, and she was
then
like, now I gotta go out in public like this?
Yes, I think that changed the mindset of everyone who gets services done, because it's like that movie, A Day Without a Mexican. Have you ever seen that shit? Oh my God. Okay, yeah. So there's a movie, it's called A Day Without a Mexican. And all of a sudden, like, all Mexicans disappear. And, people's lawns are not done. And there's people who have their cleaning lady who comes.
Yeah.
Like, they all disappear. So that's what I'm saying. Like, even for the pandemic, it was a day without a stylist,
I'm like,
But
wait a minute.
Dude,
how many Mexicans do I have in my life that provide me services?
Yeah. Like, it's imagine like that. It's so crazy when you think about it that way, because I remember watching that movie and I was like, imagine that would happen if we all fucking disappeared. Like, if all Mexicans, if we all disappeared.
You know what? Going back to that fun fact is that I don't speak Spanish. Crystal's from Mexico, but I'm more Mexican than she is.
Why? Bitch, no, you're not.
Remember we looked at the 23andMe?
Yes. I'm like, why not? I was like, why are you saying that? But yes, 23andMe says otherwise.
Because Cristal gives me so much shit about not speaking Spanish.
Yeah.
She's like, you're such a no sabo kid. And I'm like, yeah, I am. I know. But it's funny because growing up here in San Antonio, I don't know if it was like a cultural thing or like my mom, she instilled in us that we're Hispanic. I'm like, well, what does that mean?
Yeah.
She's like, well, technically, I'm not born in Mexico. Your grandparents weren't born in Mexico. Their grandparents weren't born in Mexico. But at some point, Texas was Mexico.
Yeah.
So we're not technically Mexicans.
Yeah.
I'm like,
you're Texans.
You're Texan? I'm like, okay. And I didn't realize any of this until I was an adult.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why don't I know Spanish?
But it's because you're Texan.
Yeah.
And Texans was obviously part of Mexico. And they were Mexican at one point.
But going to school in California, I got so much shit for not speaking Spanish.
Oh, yeah. Especially, in Chula Vista, National City. Come on. Like,
I'm like, bitch, I can order a beer and my tacos. Like, I'm good.
and that's the thing, because to me, that was such a culture shock here, coming to San Antonio, being such, I feel like San Antonio has so much fucking culture.
Yeah.
But there's so many fucking people who don't speak Spanish.
Yeah.
And to me, that was
you know what, like living in California for as long as we did, going to school there, working there, and then coming back here as an adult, it answered so many questions. Like, why was it like such a bad thing to know Spanish here?
Yeah.
Like, why? Even still, I don't know. Like, it's still, but remember we were comparing our 23andMe's, and
I'm
know.
Like, this bitch has more
Native American
than me. Like, I'm 40 something or 50 something percent white. But
mine was like 38% like European.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, I was born in Mexico. My parents were born in Mexico. My grandparents
just went off on a whole nother.
Yeah, I know, right? That always happens. But see, we forgot. But it's crazy. It's true. Like, I always do talk shit to you.
It's just funny because, like you said, a day without a Mexican. I'm like, how many Mexicans are in my life that I use on a daily basis? That I pay on a daily basis to make my life simpler.
But seriously, imagine. And that's what happened during the pandemic. It was all not just hairstylists, but nail people, like everybody who was in the service industry could no longer do their jobs.
During the pandemic, I started doing my own nails.
Yeah.
And it was just like a little shellac manicure just because whatever. But I remember I was in a studio because we didn't move until 2021. Yeah, we didn't move into the salon until 2021. But I remember when we were able to come back, I had my regular ladies who
Yeah.
had like sons and teenagers and boys and stuff. And they're just like, oh, I don't want to take them to the barbershop. I don't want to go sit with all those people. Like,
Yeah.
you're in a studio. Can you cut my son's hair? And I'm like, I mean, yeah, I could, but it's not going to be, you know,
like that. I don't do that.
yeah, it's not going to be the Caesar and fade from down the street, but
Yeah.
I'll clean him up and, you know,
Yeah.
get him looking good to go back to school.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not going to leave him with lines.
You know, the pandemic is what made me realize I no longer wanted to be in the hair industry.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Right after that, like, they closed us down, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so we were closed and we couldn't take clients. And then when we opened back up, I had literally before the pandemic, I had just finally, like, my books were getting filled and I was doing good.
Yeah.
And then pandemic happens and all my clients are scared, you know, everybody's scared.
Heck no, I had a wait list.
Dude, I had most of my clients were scared. So then it was one of those, okay, so I went back into the salon or to my studio and I was like, fuck, I have to rebuild, you know. And yes, I had a lot of people who came back, but it was one of those, as I was doing hair, and I think my mind just opened up to a whole new level of other shit that was going on around the world at the same time. And I remember thinking like, fuck, do I really want to do this for the rest of my life? And not so much because of the art, but because of the people that I was dealing with.
Yeah.
And listening to some of the stories, or not even the stories, but just to some of their egos, I couldn't do it. And that's when I was like, what am I doing?
And that's one thing that I think I've tried to instill in like some of the assistants that I've had or new stylists that I've had over the last couple of years. I'm like, you curate your clientele.
Mm-hmm.
You find those clients that you enjoy doing their hair. Because like for me,
I have some of those.
I tell you all the time, if I could only stand behind the chair, I would do that all day long. Like the owner side of it, the business side of it, I'm like.
And I used to feel that way, but I think a lot of things happen. So I feel like I used to align with a lot of my clients, and I still did with a handful of them. Mm-hmm. But then I started thinking differently, and then I saw
your perspective on the world, like the world changed. Then now your clients didn't align with that anymore. Yeah. I feel that.
So then it was more of like, fuck, I kept on thinking like, I'm going to have to start rebuilding and trying to find clients that align with me. And is this something I really want to continue to do? Yeah. And so the answer was no. And I let my contract, once it was done.
You're like, peace out.
Yeah. I was done. And now I'm like, I love what I do. And I think it's because I get to, it's with other stylists. I'm still in the beauty industry.
Yeah. You're still, you meet with stylists and every day.
And I love it. Yeah. It's in a different way. And I think.
But I think even for me, like as a stylist and hiring you, it took that burden of having to worry about my books. Yeah. Like
the financial aspect of it, right?
I'm like, tell me how much I made and tell me how much I can spend.
Yes.
And can I get paid?
I know that's like every 2 weeks, right?
You're like, can I get paid? Pay me, please. Yes. I'm poor. Yeah.
Shelby sends me a fucking meme from Bridesmaids, and it's I forget her fucking name.
When she's on the plane and she's like, I'm poor.
Yeah. So she always sends me that meme, and her daughter started doing the same shit now too. She always does it.
Spare change.
Yeah. Oh my God. When she does that shit.
Spare change.
The little,
That's fucking hilarious.
Oh man. See, but we did go off.
We're all over
I know. I mean,
I think it just goes back to the creating. You're creating the clientele that you want to see. You're creating your boundaries, because at the end of the day, this is your business. Yeah. Whether you're a commission stylist or a booth renter, or you're in a studio, or if you're just starting out as an assistant, eventually you're creating the clientele that you want. Then with that comes the boundaries. Yes. This is the schedule that I want to work. I don't want to be an Instagram famous hairstylist. I don't want to be working 12, 14, 16 hours a day. Monday through Friday, every other Saturday. Like I did that. Yeah. And I mean, everybody was, I think like, what was it, a couple years ago? Like, oh, you could be a 6-figure stylist. You can make $100,000 in a year as a hairstylist. Like, yeah, you can still do those things and not work yourself into the ground.
Exactly.
Because now you've curated the clientele you want. You're doing the hair that you love to do. You've set you set your boundaries on your schedule. You have your cancellation policies in place. You have your booking system in place.
The cancellation.
You know, I always tell everybody, even when I was with Square, I personally had never lost a dispute. But when I started bringing in employees and contractors into my space, there was times that they had not communicated that to their clientele, or they didn't make sure that their clients had signed their cancellation agreement upon booking, things like that. And that's when I started losing disputes. And I'm like, well, your commission is not getting paid.
Yeah.
You're not getting paid on that. You need to pay that back to the salon because you lost your dispute.
Yeah.
And that's your, like I tell them all the time, like, that's your fault.
That's your fault. Yeah.
Because you didn't communicate with your client. My clients know. Once you go on my booking site and you click whatever preferred time that's available, you have now agreed to that.
I've paid that cancellation fee.
Yes, you have.
I have. I've paid that, and I've never, and I think I even spoke about it on the podcast. I never once even fucking complained about it because I know your time is precious. I know that you fucking. If
when I'm there, I'm back to back. Like
So I think, and even when I canceled, it was because I fucking didn't put something on my schedule.
Yeah.
And because I didn't put something on my schedule, I realized, and it was something I couldn't change with Paulina, or she didn't tell me about. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was something with Paulina. And I remember I was like, fuck, I have to cancel. And I messaged
and that's the thing,
right
like
away.
for me, like with my clients who I know, like they're not like intentionally like wasting my time. I'm like, look, especially for my bigger services, they're like, my kid has strep. I can't come in today. Okay, we're going to go ahead and cancel you as a same day cancellation.
Yeah.
If I can get you back on my schedule in X amount of days and you keep that appointment, I will apply 50% of your cancellation fee towards that.
Yeah.
So that way you're not losing out, but I'm still getting paid for today.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I'm like, are you okay with canceling your appointment and know that I'm here not getting paid for the 3+ hours?
You know,
I would not feel comfortable. I would feel bad if I booked the appointment and I didn't pay for it.
Like even and this was, I think, a few months ago. I think it was towards the beginning of the year. I was taking Paulina to her appointment. She was getting a haircut with Becky, and there was a fucking car accident. At first, I thought I was only going to be 5 minutes late. That car accident turned into 30 fucking minutes late.
That's the whole appointment.
Yeah. So, and I kept her updated, and I said, look, I know I'm not going to make it. Just fucking charge my card. Like, why would I even...
Yeah, it's like those
why
things.
Why would I
like,
even expect her to even to be like, oh no, which she did. She said it's okay. I said no, charge my fucking card. Like
right. Because even for me, like I would say, like charge my card, and you know if you don't have anything after us, or even in an hour from now, say you have another haircut in between, if you can still get me in today, cool. But charge my card because I've now missed my appointment, and now you have an hour that's not that you're going unpaid for.
Exactly. So
a lot of people don't see it that way though.
I think,
but I communicate to my clients all the time.
Yeah.
Even for like my big services, because I do a lot of like the great transitions where it's a 5-hour appointment minimum.
Yeah.
For one session, and I don't usually book out for more than 5 hours because I know that it's physically taxing on me.
Yeah.
But I tell them it's $100 deposit, non-refundable, and it's non-transferable. You have 48 hours to cancel that appointment, but
that's it.
That $100 is deposit, and they're like, okay. And I'm like, okay.
And you've had, I think, one person question a cancellation fee, not the cancellation fee itself because they weren't canceling, but signing a paper. Not that long ago, I was there, and I remember.
Was it that they didn't want to take a picture? Oh, take a picture of their credit card.
I think so.
So the way our system works is that we have the forms, and then in those forms, it asks you to take a picture of the credit card, because you can go into the system and you can delete your card.
Yeah.
Okay. But you sign this form, take a picture of your credit card. You know, Giselle had a client take a picture of her credit card and cover the number. Defeats the fucking purpose.
No way.
These are my policies and my procedures. Had I known she had did that, I would have canceled her appointment.
Nope.
If you don't want to abide by my rules, then you cannot be a client here.
What the hell?
I tell them all the time, you are more than welcome to go into the booking system, or you can come in and we can tap or insert your card and it can be encrypted in our system. But for you to make an appointment with me, these are my policies.
Yeah.
Your card has to be on the system or we have to have a picture of it. And it's all in the system. So it's not like we just have people's credit card numbers just flying around the salon. I'm like, save a fucking tree.
I'm over
online,
here fucking,
online
I'm
forms.
over here printing everything.
No, but you know what? That one time that we were like going through the books and stuff like that, we were like looking at different stuff and like, I think we're just like kind of cross-referencing stuff. It made sense to have
that's why
the computer and
that's why I have
form.
it. So I have at home. I have my fucking monitor. Then I have my laptop where I share the the screen.
That's too much.
And then and then I have my paper because I need to make sure I'll have like Boulevard on the big screen, and then on my little one it's my QuickBooks, and then I have paper because I'm trying to compare screen to here and then crossing out and putting your name and then Giselle's name to see
you have
who
to split it.
Yeah.
I think that's the only thing that's wrong with Boulevard is
Fucking
that even though it offers us the option to have different merchants, the fact that it doesn't split the reports, like.
And not only that, you know what's the most fucked up part is that it doesn't even for Giselle, I have to manually input everything. It doesn't let. Like if since Boulevard is connected to your QuickBooks, it doesn't allow a second connection for somebody else.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Have you got on chat with them to ask them about it?
No, because I get frustrated and I just,
Because we can even put in like tickets for like requests.
Oh, really?
For them. Mm-hmm. So if you go to like the little chat thing, you're like, hey, I'm having an issue with this with my merchant. I need her merchant account linked to another QuickBooks.
Yeah.
Maybe they can walk you through it, or they can put in a ticket to see about like, adding that to their system.
Bitches at it.
Yeah.
So if you're listening, Boulevard,
can we get a sponsorship, please?
Please. But and that's that's my only complaint from Boulevard.
Yeah.
It's that because I have to do that on yours, it'll show her stuff, but then like I have to go in there and individually pull out, okay, your tips, her tips, and then Katie's tips. Like I have to make sure that everything's like separated. So that's why it takes me a little bit longer to do like your stuff. You should. I don't even have a paper here.
I'm like, it's so easy for us.
I know. That's and there's so many things like even for Gloss Genius is amazing as a stylist. I fucking loved it as a stylist.
Yeah.
But as a bookkeeper, I fucking hate it because I have to manually input everything.
So how was it with this when we were on Square?
I loved it.
See,
I know
the fucking forms.
I know. So Square, I fucking loved it because if it just linked everything.
You know what pissed me off about Square is that I was with them from the very beginning with appointments, and I think it was like $20 a month or something. Yeah. And then as the years went on, it was like $60 for this and $80 for that and $90 to link your website. And I'm just like, but you gave me my website for free.
Yeah, it's become so expensive.
It's so expensive.
Yeah, I think that.
And there's still a lot of like kinks and customer service.
Yeah.
Non-existent.
But so right now, look, I'm using, I'm not personally, but my clients are using a Boulevard, Mevo, Jane, Square, and Gloss Genius.
Was it was it Mevo?
No, the one,
well, who was our other, like?
It started with an M, but it wasn't Mevo. It was, it's going to bother me.
Mango
Mint, yeah.
I think the only reason we didn't go with Mango Mint was because we have way too many clients for them not to be able to like switch everything over. They wanted us to do it manually.
What the fuck?
I'm like,
there's no way.
Between me and my two other
no, there's no way.
Like 1,000+ customers in that database. Like no,
there's no way. Yeah,
like we can walk you through it, and I'm like, I am a hairstylist, friend.
Yeah, that's one thing that I did love with Gloss because I used to use Square. So using Square and transferring everything over to Gloss, they did everything.
I think we tried. Was it Gloss? No. Booksy.
Yeah, Booksy.
We tried to use Booksy for a little while, and it was just too many kinks. Yeah. Trying to get it over from Square, so we went back to Square.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't until the first of the year that we went to Boulevard. Yeah.
Yeah. I so far out of like Boulevard, Jane, and Mevo, I think Boulevard, it's my favorite.
Yeah.
Because it's the one that it'll still, if it wasn't for the splitting of the two merchant accounts, it wouldn't be, because everything just transfers like super smooth.
Right.
But because I have to go in and individually like.
So I think the fact that they are one of the only booking systems that's allowing for a separate merchant account. If they can just fix that.
Yeah, that would be it. That would be my number one.
Yeah.
Yeah. But because it doesn't, my number one is Square still. Yeah.
And go back to Square.
Yeah. No, I'm not, and I'm not wanting you to, because I feel like
Square still owes me money.
Seriously.
I'm like, why do you keep charging me? You didn't let me cancel before.
Motherfuckers.
But then you charged me for it and then let me cancel. And then like, oh, we can refund it. But it took me like 3 hours on chat for someone to agree to refund me.
They always do all this stupid shit, I swear.
I was like,
I like it for like I can't even fucking talk. For an individual person, I love it. You know, for somebody who's solo, I think it's really good. For somebody who, because we figured out the forms and subscriptions and all this shit, I've been learning all of these new things from it. It's been good. But again, I think Boulevard has so many more things. But I'm actually kind of excited to see the new one.
which one?
I don't know who it was that we talked about. The person we talked to.
For Boulevard?
No. The other company.
Oh, yeah, but they haven't rolled out.
They
their
haven't.
booking
I know,
system.
but that's
It's
what I'm
just
saying.
their processor.
That's what I'm saying. I'm excited to see what their shit is gonna look like.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, give us a trial, bitch.
Yeah,
I know. I was so ready. I'm like, show me. Yeah. So there is. I don't know the name of it. I'm not gonna say the name either because it's a work in progress. But there's this company who is, the way they get you is free processing fees or free processing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they pass on the amount to the clients.
Yeah, the service charge.
Yeah, the service charge goes automatically to the clients. And I think it's good. I know that some people kind of complain about it, but at the same time, when you go get your nails done, sometimes they charge you $1 and people don't fucking complain about paying $1 extra.
I went to go get my pedicure done on Friday and I was like, I just need the basic. Like, I don't need nothing fancy. I just need to make sure that my toes look good, my little open toe shoes for the shoot, and that's it. I'm like, we got a few more weeks before it's like summer here. And the guy's like, well, I was like, just the regular and then shellac, right? So I'm like, okay, it was an extra $20. And he's like, well, you should get the deluxe. And I'm like, well, if I wanted the deluxe, I would have asked for it. I'm like, plus I want a time crunch. Like, I gotta go.
Okay, if she doesn't want something, she's just gonna be a bitch about it.
And they have you fill out this little, which I really like, because you fill out this little card with your name and your phone number, and then you go over to like the little area where you pick your color. You write your color on it, like the brand, and you write the number. And then on the back it has like if you would like a drink or a snack. You check it off. They write your.
I always get a mimosa when I get pedicures.
Oh, I'm like, give me a margarita. So you know, they write your service provider and tell you what seat to go sit down. Cool, great. So I picked the regular pedicure. I'm like, I only have like an hour and a half, like at best. And I'm like, I'm really not supposed to even be here right now.
Yeah.
And I wrote down my color, did all of that, just got me a water, and I go sit down, and he's like, oh, you want the regular pedicure? I'm like, yeah.
No, bitch. I marked something else.
He's like, but the deluxe is better. I'm like, the deluxe is also $25 more and an hour and a half, and I ain't got that type of time.
Yeah.
I'm like, I literally just got a pedicure 2 weeks ago. I'm in freaking Vans.
Yeah.
My toes ain't, these dogs ain't looking like that. Like, please leave me alone.
Yes.
So then, you know, so he's like, okay, well, the shellac is extra 20. Cool. I marked down for shellac. Cool. I get up to the register and he tells me it's like $60, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Gives the guy like an $8 tip. I'm like, I'm still under my $70 budget because I always give myself a budget.
Yeah.
Because if not, I'm like, yeah, sure, fuck it, add it on. Yeah, sure, do a hot stone. I'll take a jelly mask. Like,
everything.
And then I get to the register and it's like $160 for a pedicure.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, what did you just do?
Yeah. You're like, what the hell? Yeah.
And then you have buyer's remorse, but you can't do shit about it.
It's already done.
So I like to know what I'm spending my money on. Like, okay, this is my budget. I don't want to go over this today. And then he rings me up and it's like $69.50, and I'm just like, okay. And then I get my receipt. He hands me the receipt, right? And I was like, service fee. I'm like, well, thanks for telling me. And I didn't even use a credit card. I'm like, I had cash on me. I could have paid cash if you would have told me there's $1. I mean, I'm not nitpicking over $1.50, but still, they don't even tell you.
They don't. And it's like when you pay, I think that's another thing.
And that was for a debit card.
Yeah.
Like for us, we only pass on
the credit card fee.
The credit card fee because for like American Express, Discover.
Yeah. Because you get charged double because I was looking at that. You get charged your regular processing fee, plus then there's like a separate fee. I can't remember what it's called.
2.6% to use any type of credit or debit card, plus an additional 3% for American Express, Discover, Diners Club, things like that. Like actual like credit card only.
Yeah. So
we started passing on that 3% to the client.
Yeah.
And most clients don't mind.
Yeah. I mean, you're fucking spending a shitload of money on your hair. Like $3 is not going to hurt you, or however much it is, you know? But at nail places, they don't fucking tell you ever.
And you're just expected
or they'll
to pay
tell you it's going to be 50 cents more, or it's going to be $1 more. Like at AMPM, if you're not from California, you're not going to know. But AMPM, it's like Quick Trip, maybe, right?
Yeah.
So AMPM is in California. I remember if I was going to put gas, I had to make sure that I had cash to put gas at the gas station at the AMPM.
Because they charge you literally like 10 cents per gallon
if you use your debit or
and
credit.
Gas in California is already like $4 or $5.
No, it's $6, dude.
Well, you were in high desert. I was.
Yeah.
Now I put gas on base.
Okay, that's true. So at the high desert,
go on base or Costco.
Yeah. Well, now it's $6. Back then, I think when we left California, it was like 3 something.
I think at one point we were up to like $4 or $5, but most of the time, it was around $3.
Yeah, and then it was in the high desert, but it was like 3 something. When we first moved here, dude, it was $1.50.
No shit.
$1.50. That was like 5 years ago. $1.50.
I don't think I mean, gas has gone up and down over the last couple of years.
But like right now, it's like, well,
I remember when I texted you last week.
Yeah.
I was like,
so I have a little shoebox. I call it. It's either the shoebox or a toaster.
Or the toaster. I call it the toaster because it's silver.
We call it the toaster, and then in Spanish, or to my brother, I'm like the shoebox, or whatever comes out at that moment. At home, everybody calls it the shoebox.
Yeah.
So the toaster. So I was telling her, because I was going to be late because I was, well,
I don't have gas in my car. I'm going to be a few minutes late.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'm only going to put $8. I was like, $8? How far do you think you're going to go?
I was like, that got me half a tank. And it's true. Like that little toaster fills up with, right now, the way gas is $28 for a full tank. And that full tank will last me all week. And it's also a stick shift. So, I'm good with it.
So we drove shooting Braunfels yesterday, right? And back. I put I want to say it was like $72.
Fuck.
To fill up my truck.
No way.
Yeah.
When I first moved
here. I had to go to like a refuel or whatever because I wasn't near Costco or something.
When I first moved here, my van, I had a Kia. That thing filled up, I remember the first time ever, for $30.
Shut the fuck up.
Dude, I was so excited.
Remember that I told you I only had enough time. I put $30 and it barely gave me half a tank.
Yes. And see, I remember and I was like, what the hell? Because in California, it would have been $60 for a full tank. Now, that van, if I put gas in California, it's like $100 because I know my parents put gas when they fill up their tank and it's like $120. And I'm like,
yeah. Well, when we left California, that's when I still had my Range Rover.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like $80 to $100 every time.
Fuck, man. Those price, and the fucked up part is that it's all fucking tax.
Yeah,
all tax. That's how it is. Like half of it is.
I don't know, but like I do a lot of like highway driving, so I feel like mine lasts.
Yeah,
but I do a lot of driving between. I mean, you do too. Between lessons and thankfully Maurice takes the girls to lessons on Fridays.
Yeah,
I just go home.
Oh, that's the one that's by my house, right?
Yeah. I just go straight home. I was like, I'll see you when y'all get home. And I'm like laid down. He's like, what's for dinner? I'm like, I don't know.
What are you bringing?
What are you bringing back? I'm like, stop at the taco truck on the way home.
That's the good thing too. Like you have a husband who's fucking supportive as hell with everything. Like
he takes care of the kids. He drives them to lessons. He makes dinner.
And that's even like, because I know you just cut down your hours in the last few months.
Yeah.
I know you cut down your hours because you used to work Tuesday through Saturday.
I
right?
used to work Tuesday through Saturday. Tuesdays were 10 to 7.
Mm-hmm.
And Thursdays were 10 to 7. And then my Wednesdays and Fridays were 9 to 3.
Yeah.
And then my Saturdays were also 9 to 2.
Yeah. And now your schedule is how?
Tuesday and Thursday, 10 to 7.
Mm-hmm.
But I closed off my books for new clients in the evenings. I only take regulars. And then I took off Monday and Wednesday now. And then Friday is 9 to 3:30.
Okay.
So I'm only working like 3 days a week.
Yeah.
Right now.
But that's good. I mean, and right now you fucking need that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right now you need that.
I'm like, y'all don't want me here any more days.
You're like,
Y'all are not gonna like me. Bitch, I am tired.
This bitch gets hangry too.
Oh,
Man, her and her daughter together, when they're both hungry, like I have to be the fucking referee right there.
I don't know why it's always the days that you're there.
I know,
just
like what the fuck?
Look, listen. From now on, just come with like a Costco pizza.
I
like
swear that I am gonna do that the next time I go in.
I mean, on your blow dry days, I mean, you're only there for like what 2
No,
hours.
but yeah,
but
like,
days like today,
actually,
I'm like, girl, you don't bring the snacks.
I didn't. I didn't because I think I was already. So I was here, and then on my way here, I actually to come to the studio this morning, I left early, way early, so I could be here before 10. By the time I got on the 151, I was like, damn, there's no traffic. I was shocked. Well, I was shocked.
Even on Saturday, I got stuck on 151.
It's always like that.
Yeah.
But my dumbass did not put a map because I know how to get here. So I get on the 151, and then right as the entrance to 410 is, about to begin, it's fucking closed. It's like, that's why there was no fucking traffic, because the fucking highway was closed. So I had to go, once you pass 410,
you had to go all
the way down. And then I had to turn back around to get on the 410 some other fucking way. Then I had to fucking use my map. And that fucking threw me off about 20 minutes, only because I was like, I was all like, I was pissed off already by that time. And I got here, I think 5 or 10 minutes late. So by the time that we finished the podcast, I think I finished with 10 minutes, because I got there, 5 minutes, probably like 3 minutes late or 5 minutes late.
I don't know. I was at Marshall's.
I know. So when I left here, I was like, fuck, I was rushing. So technically I was going to have 30 minutes so I could stop and get food and then go.
Oh, but then you were late.
Yeah, I was late. So that threw everything off. So when I got there, this bitch is walking in with bags. I don't think she saw that I was already there.
I actually saw, when I got out of my truck, I saw you drive by me. And I was like, oh, man, she's going to see me with all my shit.
But she walked, it was like the walk of shame. She's like fucking walking in there with her bags. And then I walk in and then she goes, or no, who's the one that said? Oh, no, you said, I stopped at Marshall's. And I was like, yeah, I saw her. Oh, no, it was Giselle, I think.
She was like, oh, Crystal's going to yell at you for all your shit that you bought. And you're like, what did you buy? And I was like, it's stuff for extension kits.
Yeah.
And you're like, Play-Doh? I'm like, I pay for that separate. I use my rewards to pay for the Play-Doh.
Because I hadn't even seen what it is that she had in the other bag. So right away I was like, Play-Doh? Like, Play-Doh?
Well,
I know, yeah.
Jane's birthday's coming up. So those are for her friends at school and her goodie bags. But no, I don't know. They got this like big ass shipment of wet brushes. So if you like wet brushes, they're $5 at Marshall's right now.
Yes.
Go snatch them up, because for our extension clients, because we do package pricing, we include a care kit. And the care kit, we have 2 different ones. So one of them is a wet brush, a scrunchie, a hair tie, and then a sample size of our styling oil. Oh. And then the deluxe, if you do the bigger package, is all the same things, but also a shampoo and conditioner.
Oh, shit.
So,
yeah.
And then they had these really cute little like banana eye patches.
Oh, those are like, super cute.
We're getting those too.
Yes. See, when I see, don't forget to take a picture of your fucking receipt, because I know you don't.
It's still on the counter.
Okay.
But I'm going to upload that receipt, my gas receipt, and I think I have the one for food.
She thinks.
I'm sure it's in my purse.
Yeah. But now that I see like those extensions, I know I don't need them.
You don't
I know I don't. I know I don't. That's why, disclaimer, I know I don't need them. But I want to fucking try them. But then I think, do I really want to spend that much fucking money on hair? And the answer is no. because then I get my fucking manic episodes and I sit there and I pick at them.
You go unmedicated for a day or two.
Yes, and I'm like, ah. No, and it's not manic, guys. I have ADHD. But let me clear that up.
That's okay.
No, but
I have manic
no,
episodes often.
I mean, and the times I've been there, I'm like, just fucking take them off. Or I started to. But yeah, I don't know. Create boundaries, guys. See, we go back in full circle.
Well,
create boundaries.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I've created pretty good boundaries. I'd like to think.
I think so.
Yeah. Because I know, and I've mentioned it to everyone. My theater days are Mondays and Thursdays. My podcast and meeting days in person are on Tuesdays and Wednesdays if anybody else needs to meet. And then my Fridays are specifically for tattoos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, so your blow dry and tattoos.
My blow dry and tattoos. Yes. So if I don't have any appointments for tattoos, then it's my blowout. If I have appointments for tattoos, I have to make sure. Oh, and that's another one too but that one I did cancel it like far in advance.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but
sometimes I'm like, why don't I just book me a tattoo?
I know.
We can just do it together.
I
Like
know.
tattoo me and I'll blow dry your hair.
Right?
I'll wash
That's
your hair.
true.
You're like, scratch it.
I know.
You know what's funny is that my client after you, she was like, you remember that one time that you cut my daughter's hair? And I was like, yeah. She's like, man, Trish gave me the best scalp massage ever. Like she really scrubbed it. Like my scalp was clean. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to wash all your sins away.
Yeah. Oh my God. It's true. And then because you go in there with your nails and you really, I was like, what the hell? It was a little bit tender. See, I don't complain about the bleach. And I've told you that. Like,
and I'm always like, how's your scalp feel? Are you okay?
Yeah.
How's your scalp feeling?
And I'm like, obviously it feels spicy, but it's not.
I used to do 40 volume on my scalp.
Yeah.
You're wild.
But
I do 10 and I'm like,
I think it was like, I think after you washed it, it was like, oh my God, I just felt like scratching the fuck out of my head. But I know that it's sensitive still. So
that's why I'm like, finger pads. It feels so good. Finger pads. Just rub it.
And my nails are long right now.
Oh yeah. You're gonna have green and blue nails.
Yeah.
If you start scratching.
Yeah.
Give it a couple of days.
I know.
Wait at least 2 days and start using your tonic on like your sensitive spots.
Do you know what happened to my fucking tonic?
Don't tell me you broke your bottle.
No. My fucking dog bit the
I have extra sprayers.
And I was gonna ask you for one today, and I completely forgot. Yeah.
That's one thing about Colton King is that they offer us like we could just put them in our orders, and I have tons of them.
I should have asked you for one.
And then all of it's recyclable material, so they don't charge us for those. And then
because I fucking love it. I just see
that's
like
right now. I was like, if you break your bottle, that's your fuck up because that bottle is tough.
Yeah.
But you don't ever throw it away. You just refill it.
Oh, cool.
But so we have the replacement sprayers.
Yeah, because I need it. But yeah, guys.
It's just the best.
I know. I fucking love it. And it smells so good. There's times that I obviously didn't need it for the scalp, but I would just spray it on my hair because it smells good.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Well, that's the thing too. Like some of my clients use it for after the gym. Mm-hmm. So if they don't have time to like wash their hair, like, I'm afraid I'm going to smell sweaty. They do the tonic and then just blow dry it. Yeah. And it still refreshes their hair.
Oh, I got a new blow dryer.
Did you?
Yeah. Because I lost mine. Is it Chi or Chai?
Oh.
Yeah. But the only reason I even got that one, it's because it was a Barbie edition.
Shut the fuck up. Where did you find that
at? At Armstrong.
Wow. I didn't know they had it.
They had, I bought it this weekend. So
you know what's funny is that remember I told you my old Dyson died on me, my black one?
Yeah.
I cut the cord off of it and we used it for props for our photo shoot.
Oh.
I was out of my warranty. They didn't want to do anything.
Okay.
I mean, I love Dyson. I love my Dyson. Yeah. But when that one died, I was like, I'm fucking done with them.
Yeah. You're like, fuck
it's a
them.
$500 blow dryer.
How long did that last?
2.5 years.
No way. My fucking, what is it, Babyless or Babyless?
Oh, yeah.
That one lasted like fucking 10 years. And then.
Well, luckily I have my backup Babyless. I have the blue one.
Yeah. That
thing's a freaking workhorse.
Dude,
I've had it for like 4 or 5 years.
I had it for like 10 years before it actually broke, and it didn't even break. So I was blow drying hair, and then.
So have you seen my flat iron?
Do you know what happened to it?
No.
It blew fucking flames out of it.
I could see that happening blow drying your hair because
oh my God, it
gets hot.
I wasn't even blow drying my hair
because you have a shit ton of hair.
I was blow drying a client's hair.
Oh my God, I would have died.
I saw the red, and as soon as I saw the red, I was like, whoa! Like, I moved it away so fucking fast.
Have you seen my flat iron? My little thin babyless flat iron?
No.
It's like taped down
Really?
the cord, like with the electrical tape.
Yeah.
Because that thing is fucking hot.
Oh my God, I love that shit.
And for a silk press, that's like my go-to. Like, even sometimes I'll use it on like sometimes on my Brazilian blowouts because it just gets way hotter than my Brazilian blowout flat iron. But I've burnt the cord on it so many times.
Oh my God, that
like
it's already
the
falling
electrical
apart.
like it's exposed. So I'm just like, oh, I just put a little electrical tape on it
Oh,
because it still
shit.
works.
Yeah.
And I've had that one for years.
Yeah.
But that thing is.
That one. I think that's one of the best blow dryers and flat irons. The Babyless.
Sponsor us.
Whatever. Sponsor us and we'll say your name right.
Teach us how to say your name and then sponsor us.
No, so the one I got is a Barbie one. It's pink.
Cute.
And this is Barbie on it. And then they have the flat
jealous.
iron. Now I want
one.
the flat iron.
But I don't really like Chi.
Yeah. I don't either, but.
I don't like their color.
Well.
But you know what? I still have a Chi from. How long have Marissa and I been together? Like 10 years?
Oh, damn.
He bought it for me like our first year dating.
Yeah.
It was like his big purchase for me. He's like, here you go. And that thing still fucking works. Shut up.
It's super cute, right?
That thing probably is heavy though. It looks heavy.
It's super light.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like
I'm
a
used
blue
to
light.
I like my little small.
Oh yeah, that little thing. That little thing.
That thing is a powerhouse.
Yeah.
But no, he bought me my Chi like when we first started dating, and it still works.
Yeah.
It doesn't have an on and off switch anymore.
But it works.
You plug it in and it turns on.
Oh shit. Yeah. See,
I refuse to throw it away.
No, yeah. So now I'm like, all right, cool. We have blow dryers, so now I can blow dry my hair. I think that's when but I still don't want to.
Now you have to do your hair yourself.
No. I was just saying for the times that I don't have time.
Well, don't leave it at theater.
No, it wasn't at theater. It was at I went to. This is why I don't fucking do hair.
That's why I don't travel anymore.
Yeah, I fucking.
Because I used to travel and do hair and makeup, and I would always lose my tools. I would always lose makeup, and it's a pain in the ass.
But Paulina was saying the other day after the purchase, she's like, Mom, but I saw that blow dryer at home after the fact. And I was like, then where the fuck is it at? It's probably in the garage.
Everything's in the garage.
Probably. Yeah.
Don't go in my garage.
Oh, fuck.
Can you park a car in there?
Yeah.
I think I parked my car in there once.
Speaking of garage, we have to make room in that fucking garage.
For what, the chickens?
No.
For the taco? The coffee?
Yeah.
What is it?
No. It's still not, we still haven't announced it. So.
Did you see, this is like going off tangent. You probably edit all this out. But the UTSA SBA has a how to open a food truck trailer thing.
No, really?
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, because I got a little thing today for startup, and they're gonna be doing a
well, I don't know. I get like the list every
send it to me
for every quarter, and there's one on there to like how to open a food truck, coffee truck, whatever. Like your a trailer, a food trailer.
Yeah.
So like all of your permits and stuff like that. And I mean, that's what I go through for the opening my business was through the SBA. Again. You're making my eye twitch.
I know.
I'm like, I'm telling you, yesterday my eyes were so watery. I was wearing so much eye makeup. Fuck. Like that's why today I'm like I can't do it. My skin. I woke up this morning and like my lip, almost like I was having like an allergic reaction.
Oh yeah.
And then my whole neck was like just. I think it was just the jewelry that I was wearing. I feel like scaly.
Oh.
It was like fake, like just like for the shoot. But I'm like, it's like this is why I don't
like fuck this.
This is why I don't wear makeup every day because my skin cannot handle it.
Yeah.
But my eyes were so watery the entire shoot. I was like. My lashes were coming off.
There are certain mascaras or certain eyeshadows that
I think
will
that's
do that.
what it was because I bought like this volume curl because my lashes don't hold a curl. Yeah. And I can't wear a lot of the like even dual lash do kind of bothers me a little bit. My eyes are just really sensitive. But I think it was that. Okay. But the only one that I can use that doesn't bother me is the MAC Colossal one and then the Big Ego from is it Tarte?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the only two that I can use. That don't bother my eyes. But I was like, oh, let me see if this one it'll curl my lashes longer. God. Heck no, man. My eyes were on fire.
You're like, fuck that.
But I think the pictures are going to come out really cute.
I'm excited to I really loved Giselle's shoes. her little
her
chanclas.
Lizzie McGuire sandals.
Yeah, that's what it reminded me of. I was trying to figure out what, and I was like, where have I fucking seen this?
So we were all coordinated. She was wearing pink shoes. I was wearing a pink top, and then Katie with her pink hair.
Yeah,
so we were all like,
it was super cute.
Yeah.
I think I can't wait to see pictures.
I can't wait.
Yeah. Well, guys, that's all for today. Thank you so much.
Chisme.
I know our chisme. Thank you so much for being, on here so last minute.
Always available for you,
so
my
excited.
friend.
Thank you. And thank you guys for listening. If you guys don't follow us already, please follow us, BeautyBoundTX on Instagram and BeautyBound on YouTube and anywhere you could find podcast. And then you could find Thrisha.
Bohemian Bombshell Salon on Facebook, Instagram, and Google.
Yes. And then BohemianBombshell.com.
Bohemian Bombshell Salon.
Oh, shit. Salon.com.
Yes.
Don't
that's
fuck
us.
that up. Yes. So thank you so much. Bye, guys.
Bye.